Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining CSA Global today. My name is Maria Combrink, and I am a Senior Data Geologist at CSA Global. Today, we will have a broad overview of the 11 points to consider when choosing a database solution. In mining and exploration, data form the basis of all informed decisions. What to mine, where to mine, how to mine, and what grade to expect. As such, it is imperative to house data appropriately. So, what is the objective of the database? The most important point to remember is that a database is not an end. It is a continuous project that will grow and change as the project or company grows and changes. The most basic reason for a database is to incorporate policies and guidelines to ensure data are standardized, clean, and contains no duplicates, that the database offers a single point of truth. Now, let's look at the 11 points to consider to achieve this objective. Data governance. This is the process or method whereby the collection and storage of data is consistent, complete, and secure. There should be an audit trail, as this will ensure that data are consistent and trustworthy. The input of data. When collecting data, be it in the field, during production, or in the core yard, the input should allow for all types of data. Geological, structural, sampling, all of the data should be easily accommodated in the database. Which brings us to data compliance. Data compliance will ensure that data meet the principles and guidelines for reporting codes such as NI 43101 and JORC. By placing rules and constraints on data, both consistency and compliance will be ensured. A good solution will allow different permission levels to different users by assigning user roles. This is rather imperative, as you do not want somebody that's either not too familiar with your data or your database solution to have too much free roam in the system, as this might result in data loss or the change to data that might cost you much more in the end. We are almost halfway and at a very important point for selecting a specific solution: usability. A database may offer great data governance, security, and compliance. However, if it is not easy to use, no one will use it. End user approval will allow for easier implementation and rollout to site. Once the database is implemented and rolled out, what type of support and development are you expecting? Will it be a once-off setup, or do you foresee additions going forward? Will the solution be easy to adapt, and will continuous support be available? Unfortunately, as most companies invest in a database later in the exploration cycle, there normally are already systems in place. Will the data management solution replace these systems, or should it be fully integrated with the pre-existing systems? Which brings us to point 8, scalability. Will it be possible to let the database grow with the project or company? Do you need to implement all of the packages associated with the database, or can you start with core modules and scale up as needed? Where will data be hosted? In the cloud, on a server on site, or a server at head office? How will this influence the input of data and the daily usability of your database solution? To keep up with technology and changes in technology, there will always be updates associated with your data management system. However, will you be subjected to infrequent system updates or scheduled updates? Will these updates be managed by you, the client, or will the data management solution provide and manage updates on your behalf? Will these updates ensure continuous integration with the rest of the systems and software relating to the database? And finally, what are the costs involved? What budget do you have available? By considering the previous 10 points, it is very easy to see that the suitability of a database is not determined by cost only, but with the goal to turn data into information and information into insight. With the correct data management solution, your initial investment will grow to be the trusted single point of truth for decision making and reporting. Thank you for listening to the presentation. I hope you found this broad introduction to choosing a database solution informative. Why not reach out and continue the conversation either at www.csaglobal.com or drop me an email at maria.combrink@csaglobal.com. I'm looking forward to our next conversation. What data to capture? The must-haves and the great-to-haves.